My name is not important. I'm a former CIA agent, and after I say this, I will not exist. What's happening right now to these scientists is nothing new. This happened years ago, but nobody know about it because it was swept clean by us. And when I say us, I mean CIA. I remember the first death. They made it looked like an accident. Dr. Ethan Mercer, one of America's leading propulsion physicists, was found inside his locked garage outside Albuquerque. His hybrid vehicle had somehow started itself. Carbon monoxide poisoning. You got to be fucking kidding me. Tragic. Then another scientist disappeared. Then another. Then another. Within 14 months, 13 researchers connected to classified aerospace, nuclear, and advanced weapons programs were either dead or missing. Officially, there was no connection. Unofficially, the FBI was terrified. 13 faces, 13 careers, 13 impossible stories. A nuclear materials specialist found drowned. An aerospace engineer who supposedly jumped from a hotel balcony despite severe fear of heights. A cryptographer who vanished during a business trip and never used his passport again. The FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit had reviewed everything. No serial killer profile fit. No foreign intelligence service matched the pattern. No terrorist organization claimed responsibility. And yet the deaths continued. Agent Claire from the FBI knew they was getting hunted down, and everybody secretly agreed with her. The missing scientist changed everything. Dr. Gabriel Harlow should have been dead. Official records said he died in a boating accident on Lake Michigan. The body had been identified through dental records. Case closed. Then Claire received an anonymous package. Inside was a photograph, a grainy image taken in Prague, a man entering a train station. The timestamp was 6 months after Harlow's reported death. Written on the back, he knows who's doing it. Claire felt cold because the man in the photo was unmistakably Gabriel Harlow, a dead scientist walking. Harlow had become a ghost. Over the next 3 weeks, Claire uncovered evidence that someone had constructed entirely new identities for him. Different passports, different names, different countries, a trail stretching across Europe. Whoever built those identities possessed extraordinary resources, not criminal resources, government resources. The realization made her stomach tighten. She began quietly examining security clearances associated with every victim. One detail emerged. Every scientist had worked on separate programs: nuclear deterrence, hypersonic propulsion, satellite warfare, quantum communications. On paper, they had nothing in common, until Claire dug deeper. Years earlier, all 13 scientists had participated in a classified strategic review committee, a committee whose records had been sealed and whose existence had effectively vanished. The first warning arrived at 2:17 a.m. An unmarked sedan followed Claire home. The next day, her office computer was wiped. Then someone entered her apartment without taking anything. No theft, no damage, just a message left on her kitchen table. Stop looking. The paper contained no fingerprints, no DNA. Professional, extremely professional. Someone knew exactly what she was investigating, and they were nervous. 3 months later, Claire found Harlow, or rather, Harlow found her. A man sat waiting inside an abandoned train terminal outside Vienna. Older, thinner, paranoid. His eyes constantly scanned exits. "You shouldn't have come," he said. "You've been dead for almost 2 years." "I know. Who killed the others?" Harlow laughed bitterly. "People who don't officially exist." He slid a folder across the table. Inside were photographs, operations reports, internal memoranda, names blacked out. One insignia remained visible: CIA. Claire felt her pulse accelerate. No. Yes. Why would the agency kill American scientists? Harlow leaned forward. Because they discovered something. 20 years earlier, a classified research initiative had been launched beneath layers of secrecy. Its purpose wasn't developing weapons. It wasn't aerospace engineering. It wasn't nuclear strategy. Those programs merely provided cover. The real project involved predictive intelligence, an effort to model future geopolitical events using unprecedented computational systems. The project had become frighteningly accurate. Wars, economic collapses, political assassinations. It predicted them years before they happened. Then it started predicting something else. The collapse of institutional control. According to the system, multiple intelligence organizations would eventually become obsolete, exposed, dismantled. The prediction was circulated among senior officials. Most dismissed it. Some did not. A faction emerged. A faction convinced that preserving national stability required manipulating events before they occurred, including eliminating people who threatened secrecy. Scientists who knew too much became liabilities. One by one, they disappeared, officially through accidents, unofficially through murder. Claire wanted proof. Harlow gave her names, not directors, not presidents, not public officials. Shadow administrators buried deep inside classified bureaucracies. People whose authority existed only on internal documents. People who could move funds, identities, aircraft and personnel without public oversight. The deeper Claire investigated, the stranger reality became. Witnesses recanted. Files vanished. Agents were reassigned. A senator supporting her inquiry suddenly withdrew. The machinery protecting the conspiracy seemed endless. And everywhere she looked, she found signs that the dead scientists had been trying to escape. Some had failed, others had vanished intentionally. The missing weren't all victims. Some were fugitives. Scientists hiding beneath fabricated identities, living in remote villages, remote islands, anonymous cities, anywhere they could disappear, because they knew they were being hunted. The psychological toll became unbearable. Claire stopped sleeping. Every stranger became a potential surveillance operative. Every phone call sounded rehearsed. Every coincidence felt engineered. She began questioning whether Harlow himself was telling the truth. Perhaps he was manipulating her. Perhaps the conspiracy was designed to lure investigators. Perhaps none of it was real. That uncertainty became the most terrifying part. The deaths were tangible. The evidence existed. Yet every answer generated larger questions. Eventually, she was murdered. Now do what you will with this information.